Yes, Rasco and Disco beer review with me, Disco, coming at you with another beer video from in front of the cans and bottles at the bar here that I'm laughing and calling a Disco Arms. It's another challenge video, answering the challenge of Scott from Scott and Wanda's World, where partner will be taking a picture of the Queen to the value of £10 to the supermarket and seeing just what range and quality and selection of beers I can get for that £10. The supermarket for this challenge is called Morrisons. Now for me this is a little bit more of a challenge due to the fact that my local Morrisons there, a mile and a half away. Now I don't shop at this Morrisons because I'm a stubborn old bugger, and they built this monstrosity on top of a place I used to work, with some potentially dubious lease issues and contract work that involved the accidental falling down of a listed building. So I'm going to go the extra 3 miles to this Morrisons. Over the other side of town, a place called Hatch End, where, despite there being a bunch of old and historic and I think listed buildings in the area, I don't think any of them were affected by the building of this Morrisons. So I'm happy to shop here. Not that I do that often, mind. Hatch End is a part of Harrow, very relevant in the last couple of weeks. And hearing the news of the passing of the entertainer, comic and comedy writer Barry Cryer, who I believe lived just over there, was often seen in the Moon and Sixpence just up the road, the local Wetherspoons, and therefore, I have to assume, shopped in this very shop. Anyway, I got my tenner. I don't shop here very often, so I haven't got a Morrisons card or whatever their Tesco's equivalent is, but I'm going to take my tenner inside, see what I can find. Well, say this beer reviewing lark is a walk in the park. That was a bit of a mission in more ways than one. But I've stopped here in the park. Another cheeky dig at Morrisons with some more listed buildings. My bit of northwest London and Harrow is full of history. One of the good things I enjoyed about all the other beer reviewers doing the Tesco's challenge was just the up and down the country of good beers, a lot of regional variations. I was thinking this video might turn into a bit of a rant against Morrisons, but it's probably the same on all supermarkets, to be fair. I see a lot of other beer reviewers getting a lot of regional variations in the beer. It's a lot of Welsh beer, the Scottish beer, and I'm thinking, why don't we get that down here? They got national distribution. That said, I did see a random Welsh beer on a discount section, unmarked, unpriced. More about that later. But anyway, it took me rather longer than I wanted to choose, because to be fair to Morrisons, there was quite a decent range in there. I spent my tenner, eventually, after a little bit of haggling, and this is what I got. I went with the 4 for 3 deal. I didn't even get as far as looking at the bottles because I saw a lot of cans that I hadn't previously picked up, and I thought I'd use this as a chance to catch up on some other stuff. There's some new stuff and there's some old stuff. But in the 4 for 3 section, I've got these. First up, East-West Pale Ale, 5.7%. Another collab with Guilo, New Kids on the Block, from Hong Kong but brewing in Yorkshire with Vocation. I thought this one stood out maybe more than some of all the others. I do like a good bit of can artwork. Straight up East and West Pale Ale, no funny names on that one. This one I've had before, but I quite enjoyed it, so I thought I'd do it again. Siren, Castilian Lemon and Honey Cheesecake, Juicy Sour IPA. A little bit of mix of everything, but it was quite decent. I do like lemon in sour. I'm not a big fan of sours, but lemon sours I'm all down with, so I picked that up again just to give it another go. Another one I had another go of. There's a lot of stuff in beer news this week about North and South, so I picked up North and South Divide, a collab between Salt and Siren. 7.4%, I'd forgotten that. 7.4% Quebec IPA. I have had it before. I think I've reviewed it on Instagram reviews. But I did enjoy it. I do like Kvik. I think it tones down the citrus side of IPAs. I think it smooths out the flavours, smooths out the mouthfeel. So I do like Quebec IPA. So I picked that up again. Another one I've seen but not quite got round to getting, and again, as I say, love a good beer name. 5.3% gooseberry fall sour called Goose Willis from the Masters of the Pun up at Brew York. So it's 4 for 3. They're all 3 quid, so it comes to 12, so 9 quid. I had an extra quid, and I probably shouldn't have done it because I don't really like talking about these then, but they were an old favourite, and I missed this one originally when it came out. Firecatcher from Witchwood, 3.5% golden ale. I'm going to put that one out there out of the way. So that's my tenner spent at Morrisons. Let me know what you think. Is that a good selection? As I say, watch out, random rank coming up. I did spend a little bit too much time in there because this happened. Now, most people probably won't notice that. Most people just probably do their shopping, go in, pick what they want, pay at the till. But where my brain sits on the spectrum, that sort of thing annoys me. Did you see it? And it wasn't just that one. It was all across the shelves. Just stuff thrown in, especially that one, thrown in any old where, not change the labels. I say most people it doesn't really affect. But when I'm trying to do something like this, I need to know my prices. There's no point me picking up a £4.50 beer, getting to the counter and going, it's 15 quid in total. I want to know what my tenner is. And even so, I'm on a budget. I want to pick up maybe the 3 quid beers, not the 4.50s. So I just find it a bit annoying. I don't see why it isn't something they can't just sort out. If you put something on the rack, change the label. Anyway, I don't work there. I don't know how it works. Unfortunately for him, I bumped into a manager who kind of agreed with me. He gave me the prices off his little gadget and we got through it. But it just kind of delayed me a bit and annoyed me a lot. On the plus side though, this happened. I found this bit. Don't mess with Yorkshire. A rhubarb and custard 4.5% pale ale from Northern Monk. Now I saw a lot of people doing this when it first came out. It was in 4-packs, I think. I didn't rush out and get it, but I thought I was going to put that in the £10 deal until I asked the guy how much it was, and he said, oh, that's been reduced, it's 80p. 80p. So I could have got a lot of those for me tenner. Now imagine if I hadn't asked and I just slung that in the thing, and I got to the counter and found out I could have picked up, well, 4 of them. I mean, I could have picked up a dozen for me tenner. That would have been something. I don't think there was a dozen on the shelf, and as I say, they were just slung randomly on the shelf. That's the other thing about supermarket beers, isn't it? None of these are particularly cold. The ones from Tesco's were, but these aren't. So I don't know how good they're going to be, but for 80p, I actually picked up 4 of those. I also picked up some other bits and bobs, so I've got to say a shout out to them. These are ones I missed on the first time round because I don't rush out to supermarkets and get them. More Northern Monk stuff. It's very northern, this one, but hey ho, it's all good. Festive Star, picked up that at Northern Monk, the Christmas beer with vanilla cinnamon chocolate porter, 5.2%. Looking forward to checking that one out. And yeah, I picked up that anyway at £4.50 just to give it a go. I missed out on it. I do like cherries, so it's a 9% Black Forest Imperial Stout, collab between Northern Monk and Lervig. Good to see it. Had to be done. Yeah, I've just realised it's a fairly northern heavy, apart from Siren and I suppose Witchwood. I was thinking of talking about regional variations earlier and seeing a lot of other stuff from across the country. Didn't get too much London stuff here. Never mind, I'm happy with that. Oh, one more thing, of course. Whilst we're talking about Northern, if you know, you know, this is one good thing about that Morrisons. Also reduced. A cheeky bottle of Henderson's Relish. If you know, you know. I've been Disco Rasco Disco Beer Review. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think about this little selection supermarket beers. Cheers.